When Zelda Breath of the Wild came out, man, it was such a amazing game. Just a complete masterpiece of a game that Nintendo had put out. That was back in 2017, and I feel like even if you were to boot up your Nintendo Switch and play that game even today, even after its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, came out, Breath of the Wild is still such a masterpiece, and you still have a great time and playing it, right? Now, one of the reasons why Breath of the Wild was such a fantastic hit is because Nintendo actually wanted to do something different than what they've been doing with the Zelda games. The Zelda games typically and historically, they were always like linear and dungeon based. Very, very like story driven, and just have a carved path in front of you, and you basically just hack and slash your way through the world until you get to the end game boss, right? Whereas Breath of the Wild, all of a sudden, after you're done with the tutorial phase, you're just given this open world and you can do whatever the hell that you want. A lot of people, they just went ahead and they just walked right into Hyrule Castle if you could, or just found different ways to walk into Hyrule Castle and then just defeat Ganondorf himself. A lot of speedrunners still do this, and you'll find a lot of videos on YouTube just basically saying that, like, hey, I beat Zelda Breath of the Wild within like 30 minutes or so. And here's the thing. If you were to walk into Hyrule Castle, well, first of all, it's basically impossible to defeat Ganondorf unless you're very, very, very skilled at speedrunning. And if you can't right away, the game literally will let you keep on trying, but you're still not going to be able to beat him unless you have absolutely everything down to every single frame. The other option is literally just to explore the open world, gather all your equipment, gather all the resources that you possibly can, maybe pick up some experience and maybe pick up some more power-ups, and then you go into Hyrule Castle and then you whoop Ganondorf's ass. There's two ways of doing that. Now, I want to focus on the first way of doing that. Now, let's say, for example, if you end up going into Hyrule Castle right away as soon as you're done with the tutorial stage, and you try to defeat Ganondorf again and again and again, but you keep on failing. The problem isn't necessarily with the game, it's with you. You don't have the skill set to actually achieve the goal that you're looking for. You don't have the skill set of actually defeating Ganondorf himself. What you need to do is you need to go ahead and you need to level up. Now, I completely understand that I know that I'm talking about a video game, but this is literally a metaphor in life as well. Once you're out of the tutorial stage in life just kind of like opens up to you. For some people, it's after high school. For some people, it's after college. And unfortunately, for some people, it's literally when they become teenagers. The world just opens up to you and life just expects you to figure it out and to defeat any big boss that comes your way. Now, you probably have a lot of lofty dreams and lofty goals as well. I know I do. I'm going to take myself as an example. I want to have 1 million subscribers. I can go ahead and I can hack and slash my way to 1 million subscribers somehow, some way, but I'm essentially going to keep on failing at it unless if I learn how the YouTube algorithm works, how to make proper thumbnails, how to tell interesting stories, how to come up with good video ideas. If I didn't have any of these resources, if I didn't have any of this knowledge, then I'm going to fail at making 1 million subscribers. Like, it's just the way that it is. I am essentially going to fail at defeating my own Ganondorf. And I feel like that's what we always end up doing as well. We have this big lofty dream or this big lofty goal, and we end up wanting to pursue that and chase that without the proper equipment, without the proper resources, without the proper training, without the proper knowledge. And we end up saying that, oh man, life is rigged. Oh man, this game is also rigged. Breath of the Wild is rigged if I cannot defeat Ganondorf at the very first try. Well, life was designed in a way that nobody can. And you'll see this very easily as well. Now, Some people might have an easier time of picking up certain things and defeating certain bosses in life and also in video games, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you just give up on it just because somebody else has it easier. That just means you need the proper training, you need the proper equipment. Maybe you need a degree to get to the lofty goal of, I don't know, making $1 million if you want to. Maybe you need some, investment banking experience for you to become the best investment banker and create your own private equity fund. I don't know how that stuff works, but I'm just saying you need to go ahead and actually level yourself up, get the proper gear so you can slay this thing called life as well. You need to level up and you need to come back and you need to defeat the final boss, which is basically accomplishing your dream. And that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned from Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I know that I'm probably overreaching, honestly, but it was such an interesting connection that I made in my head, because I'm like, bro, life literally just opens up for people right after they graduate high school, right after they graduate from college. And you're basically just thrown in the fire and you're not given an instruction manual or nothing. And you're just told, yeah, this is it. This is reality. Deal with it. Figure it out. Keep on going. And, where is that fair? Not necessarily. But is it reality? Yes. So we have to end up dealing with it. Get your level up, man. Like, if you're hacking and slashing your way onto a certain goal, that's great. I applaud you for that. But just make sure that you have the proper training, the proper knowledge that is necessary for obtaining that goal in the first place as well. I dream very big as well, but one thing that I've kind of understood about life is that if I do not have proper systems in place, if I do not have the proper knowledge, regardless however much I hack and slash at a problem that I have at any given point in my life, I am not going to be able to overcome that problem and achieve my goal or achieve my dream. And that's just unfortunately the way that it is. And mind you, if you do have the proper knowledge, if you do have the proper resources by you, it just makes achieving your goals and making your dreams a reality that much easier. So I will literally always say, make sure you're well equipped in video games and also in life. Reach out to some people, reach out to mentors, get mentors, reach out to some friends. Maybe you need their help. Reach out to your parents. Maybe they can give you some good advice. Maybe some relatives as well. Watch a YouTube video on if you want to be a YouTuber. Get influenced by other people who are already successful in the field that you want to be successful in. And if you want to defeat Ganondorf in 30 minutes, then look at speedrunners. Anyways, guys, this was episode number 58. This is exactly what I learned from Breath of the Wild. I hope you check out my other video in which I talked about the lesson that I learned from Batman as well. I'll link it somewhere down or maybe up there as well. But this was Yusha. I was your host. I am your host, sorry. I'm not a past tense yet. But this was episode number 58 of the Daily Lessons podcast. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button for me because it means the world to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. And leave a comment and let me know what you think about Breath of the Wild as well. Anyways, guys, take care. Bye.